Bones Beyond Time. A Mage the Ascension campaign. Ari. A-Red. Shay. Diesel. Walter. Galewind. Bones Beyond Time.
Hi, and we are now semi-live. Hi, I'm Kira858, and today we're back for Boss Beyond Time Season 2, Episode 1. Of course, we are always very appreciative about the level of support that we've received for this campaign, and we're super excited to be able to bring forth this fantastic story that this wonderful cast is actually gathered together to bring it to you. And so with that, because of the fact that we're just starting, we're going to jump right in, have us introduce our cast, say who they are, who they're playing, and perhaps some projects that they're working on. And we'll start first with our wonderful ST, Ree. Would you like to talk about yourself?
Of course. Hello, everyone. I can be found at BigDudeRe on Twitter, where I will be posting sometimes fun and entertaining content. I am going to be the lovely storyteller for tonight's game, where I will get to guide these lovely people through an adventure and see what they can get up to. But you can also find me on this channel doing a number of other interesting things, like Lords of Faerun, Ravenwood Academy, and a few other projects, some of which I don't believe are announced just yet. So you should definitely keep your eyes open for all of those, which will be a lot of fun for you to enjoy. And I'm pretty sure that today is going to go beautifully, and there will be absolutely no negative consequences for anything.
No consequences whatsoever. Perfect. Next, we're going to go down the line. We have the wonderful May. May, would like to talk about yourself, who you're playing, and projects that you're working on.
Hi there, I am Melee Damage. I will be playing Irene, who is Ari's big sister. Irene is out of a dumpster fire, but she's trying her best. Yay. You can find me on the internet at all the socials, whatever they are, / Melee Damage, and that is honestly the best way to keep up with everything I do, because I do music, streaming, movies, so just go there and you will find all the info that you seek.
Perfect. Next, we have the wonderful Aki. Aki, you'd like to talk about yourself, who you're playing, and projects that you're working on.
Hi everybody, I'm Aki. I play Diesel Coombs, who is a member of the Celestial Chorus. I am not working on too much right now, but we did just recently have the season 8 premiere of a new Pantheon Academia over at Saving Throw Show. So that's really awesome. And there are a couple of other things that are coming down the pipeline, but we are adjusting those things as COVID continues to do do its thing. So just keep an eye on my socials, and then hopefully I'll have some fun and cool news to share soon.
All right. And of course, we have the wonderful Nosferatu Wicked. If you'd like to talk about yourself, who you're playing, and projects you're working on.
Yeah, so my name is Nosferatu, as said. I am playing the Euthanatos private investigator, Walter, the Trash Fire 2.0 electric boogaloo of the group. And I am currently not working on anything. I am trying. So if I ever figure something out, you can find me at Nosferatu TTRPG on Twitter. That's all there is to that.
All right. And as for yours truly, I am Kira858. Of course, you can find us on our YouTube channel here, as well as our Twitch, which is at Kira858. And there's multiple different content coming out. Of course, we have Riverwood Academy. We have Lords of Faerun, which will be coming back in February. We have and as I mentioned, a few shows coming up within the near future. I'll be honest and say this: one of the series, the trailer should be coming out today. because today would technically be Monday for you all. So when you see, just make sure to follow us at our Twitter at the Cookout TTRPGs for one of our brand new shows. We were super excited to bring this to you. And that's all I'm going to say, because otherwise, with my ADHD self, I'm going to reveal all the spoilers, and I'm like, nope, I'm good. I'm okay with that. So yes, definitely go ahead and follow us at the Cookout TTRPGs for all of our content, as well as, of course, on my Twitter at the Kara858. And so with that, we're going to jump right into our storyteller. So with that, Reed, take it away.
So before we begin our tale for this evening, I would just like to do a quick reminder that we are not our characters. The world of darkness can be a fantastical place, but it can also be quite dark. And as a result, I have spoken with everyone here, and we do have a system for detailing when situations become a bit too intense, and I encourage you to do the same. And if you are uncomfortable about anything at all, feel free to skip forward. Your entertainment is the best, and your mental health is of the utmost concern. That being said, we will be rejoining our small cabal of mages. It has been about 10 days since the, let's say, meeting with Miss Sarah Blaine. Some of you are in much better shape than others. Two members of your cabal have been changed a bit, and they are currently not with you. The four of you have been recovering. Some of you received some a bit grievous injuries, though the damage was repaired. Some of you have recently obtained a new understanding of the world around you, and that can take some time to adjust to. The four of you find yourselves gathered together in kind of the main common area. Angela has managed to make the area a bit more homey, a bit more comfortable, with a few couches and tables, and for you all to kind of enjoy. Both Angela and Yunji have decided to spend the evening taking care of some other business, leaving you all alone. Is there anything you all would like to say to each other?
So
I just want to say this is probably the first time any of you have seen Walter since the incident. He looks like a mess, more than usual. Probably shaved his head for some reason, maybe to keep the hair out of his books. Or he just got tired of having the hair everywhere. But he has a very different vibe.
Welcome back. You look different.
Yeah, I was busy. Yeah, I was busy. Kind of looks around. So, did you want anything from me, or is this just a social call?
Well, I guess they look over at Iron. There's a lot that we still have to do, right? Regarding
that. However, the first priority might be to draw something on your head. You ever think about getting a tattoo up there? It's like,
no, it's just out of. It's not like shaped. It's more like buzz cut.
oh,
English is difficult.
buzz cut. Gotcha. Okay.
that will not stop Ivan. She will go for the little fuzzy bits on the side that are really short.
You're gonna hate the haircut I'm gonna get eventually.
Lots of things. What have you been doing like the past couple of days? We haven't seen you, and then you kind of show up like this, which is, it's cool. It's a look. It's new though. It's gonna take a little adjusting.
Stop touching the sides. It tickles.
You like velvet though.
Oh, yeah. what happened just caused you to just shave your hair? Is that what happens when people get sad? We shave our hair?
No, I don't know, I just figured I need a new look considering everything that happened. But, it was something to do between keeping busy and if you can't tell, me keeping busy didn't exactly bring up anything, so I'm back here, I guess.
Well, good news. I was able to get all the paperwork ready for us owning a movie theater. So now we could just worry about what type of movies we like to show.
I think we have a lot more to worry about, but sure, let's go with that.
Well, I mean, it was good news. I just feel.
I mean, it is good news. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted still. Anyone seen them two around lately, or did they just fell off the radar?
I think it's at this point that Diesel probably walks in and they're slamming like a protein shake, and in the other hand they have like a dumbbell, and like you can tell that they've been doing like the pre-show kind of like workout to like get them games before curtains up. Just like been working on their
working on their muscle.
Oh, hey. Hi. What were we talking about?
So good news! I got the paperwork ready for our movie theater. So Iris now CEO of whatever we decide to name the movie theater, and we could show. Well, what kind of movies will we like to show? Oh, does anyone know about and she thinks about Shay, because Shay is like the lord of marketing and social media. It's like, oh, this might be hard. We had to do social media, but it was she. Well, anyway, we got good news.
Really good news. Congratulations, Iron. I'm sure you'll be a great CEO.
Yeah, I would not say that, but perhaps we should probably wait for them to talk more detail and strategy about opening. But as far as what you said about movie choices, I vote like really trashy, horrible B-movie horror movies. Like just go full MST3 with it all the way.
May I then propose a name for the theater?
Oh yeah, go for it.
The Best Little Horror House in Cleveland.
That sounds right.
Why do I get the feeling that Erin would be the kind of person to like Trainspotting the movie?
Yeah, 100%.
So
kind of like pull his spoon down. Okay.
What are B-rated movies? I've never. What's that?
Do we think Ari is old enough to watch those types of movies yet?
Not all of them.
Yeah, there are quite a few where shirts end up coming off.
Yeah, that's a completely different type of B movie.
No, even in like old school B movies, like for some reason they had like an obsession with, B horror movies where like, I don't know, they just got real weird sometimes.
Oh, did you hear?
And like the ketchup blood.
Apparently there was this whole movement in like post-communist Europe where they just cranked that stuff up to like 12 just because they could for like a short while.
I mean,
it was so weird.
When the axe and the sickle fall, you gotta do some fun stuff to celebrate that.
Ari's still in the room.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
You see their eyes just like looking back and forth, eyes wide. They're like, "What?"
Yeah. Let's keep it PG. Right. Got it. Well, I mean, excellent work, Ari. Like,
Thank you.
your time spent on the internet has been. We do have like the child protection settings on that, like fairly high, right? Yeah, cool. I mean, I think that you've been very enterprising and very entrepreneurial, and very very proud of you. Well done.
Thank you.
I think that when we do have our big grand opening, we should put you in charge of decorating the celebration cake.
Who's gonna make the cake?
Oh, we can all make it together.
So
I feel like we might have to, because if I know anything about Ari, it's that if we leave them alone with cake, it will not be frosted, it will be eaten, and I cannot
Oh.
say that I wouldn't do the same.
The frosting will still have been included. They'll just have been spooning it out of the container directly with a spoon while switching between bites of, yeah, no, we will all make this cake together, but Ari is in charge of how it will look.
Oh, see, it's amazing how you know them so well. But Ari looks at it like, oh, I can't believe I can make the cake I can eat. Oh, okay, I'm going to think on ideas, and then I can show you all, and then we can make one.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good.
And then it will be rich.
It might take some time before that. We'll be happy. Let's just at this point be happy if we break even.
Oh, I thought you meant the cake will be rich.
The cake will definitely be rich. Yes.
Oh, I that too. It sounds like Aki speaks from experience. I'm not Aki. Diesel speaks from experience. But Ari,
They're a working actor. Breaking even is their life.
yeah.
If they're lucky.
Ari looked over and says, "Okay, so that was my good news. That was I wanted to share. We were we also talking about maybe go to like the playground.
Do you want to?
I mean, don't you think Ari should hang out with kids their own age? At least sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, they are constantly around us, and all we do is cuss and smoke. And that's not exactly maybe the most well-rounded experience for a child.
But I love you all.
Oh, we love you too.
In my defense, is usually or, not and. But I get your point.
And yes, we also get shot at a lot.
Oh,
Why do you have to remind me?
Yeah.
It was so great not getting shot at for like 10 days.
You know, it really has allowed me to work on my lats, and you know, chest days have been going really well. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I told y'all, but I have like another audition coming up here soon. So
congratulations for what? What's the role?
it's just commercial, like a local commercial, some business here in Cleveland.
Are you gonna be a gecko?
I'm not going to be a gecko. No, I can't do an Australian accent. Those are pretty difficult. Strangely enough, I'm better at a Kiwi accent, which is even weirder than the Australian accent. I don't know how to explain this. That said, liking the new do, Walter. Looks pretty great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What have you been up to? Besides, you know, being moody in your room.
Well, first of all, I wasn't even in the room. I was on the other side of Cleveland trying to look into what happened to our friends, and I turned up nothing.
Oh.
Nothing?
So you were actually out there doing some detective work. That's pretty awesome to hear.
Yeah, and Pandora had an old apartment that she rented, so I used that to hang out for a bit. needed a change of scenery considering what happened, and yeah, I have nothing.
Nothing in your books?
No, nothing in the books. Like,
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, kind of disturbing to hear. Has anybody seen Shay or Galewind?
Galewind?
Like,
no.
Diesel, can I see your phone?
oh sure, yeah, here you go.
Thank you. And then they'll take out their pendant, and then pretty much go to Google Maps. They use normally, their correspondence magic to essentially attempt to track where Shay and Galewood may be in the Chicago map area.
Like, we know that they were basically taken away to be looked after and kind of like taken care of. Is that like the impression that we're under, storyteller? That like they have moved?
Returned with you all, and you have seen them in passing, but they have not been spending as much time in the chantry with you all recently.
Okay, so they're around, we just haven't seen much of them.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
All right. So that would be, what difficulty would that be?
5.
5? Okay. Here we go. And we got all our willpower back. Just safe side. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. I will spend 1 to make it 3 successes.
With 3 successes, you are able to get a general look at where they are. They seem to be currently downtown. You see that they seem to be kind of near that casino where you all first began your investigation.
Oh, they're at the casino.
Yeah, that and you can just see the little threads connecting in Walter's brain. It's like, oh, all right.
Well, if they're both together there, then they're probably safe. And if they need us, they'll give us a call.
Okay.
Am I the only one who's a little squeaked out that we kind of have to keep them around, considering,
Well, I love them too. I don't want them to go anywhere.
Me neither, but...
What exactly is like squicking you? I mean, I know that they've both gone through a bit of a transformation, but...
Yeah, exactly.
They're still our friends. And yeah, I mean, I it is concerning that we know so little about what's going on, but the nature of magic in and of itself is transformative and can't always be predicted.
Best case scenario, it's something no one knows about. The worst case scenario, they're gonna end up the same way Sarah did, and yeah, I don't like that.
Well, go ahead, Ari.
Did that seem similar? Like,
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know.
I don't think that we can really know for certain until we've had the chance to sit down and have like an actual conversation with them. And as long as they're avoiding the space, that's sort of where we are with that. We can't really do much more research without direct information, because if only they can tell us what they're feeling right now.
Storyteller, with correspondence and either Life or Prime, would I be able to do any kind of like spying on them, either through like kind of like astral projecting myself into the room unnoticed of where they are to see what they're doing, or like projecting into them to kind of like see what they're seeing or get their emotional state, anything like that.
So, astral projection would be a separate set of abilities that you do not have, unfortunately. However, with your correspondence, you could scry on them to see what they are up to. That would probably be your best option. There are a few others that could be a bit more difficult, but the simplest thing for you to do what you want would just be to use correspondence to watch them.
Is that the same thing that Ari just did, or is it different?
It is similar, but what Ari did was locate them. What you would be doing would be trying to visually see them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then yeah, I will go ahead and try that.
Okay. How would you like to do that?
Kind of like as everyone's talking about like what our friends are up to and being sketched out or not being sketched out. Irene you just kind of like see if she zones out for a second. Just like dead in conversation. I mean, you guys are used to it though. Irene does this a lot just because she can, just zoning out. But yeah, that's she's gonna do that and just kind of like meditate on it for a second and try and see what's going on.
Okay, go for it. Roll it. The difficulty will be 5.
It's 3 successes.
Okay. You are able, as you're kind of fading away from their conversation, your senses are pulled, almost as if you're viewing a bit of a dream. You're able to see them, and they seem to be playing some of the games. You see that Shay is playing a card game of some sort. And you see as they are finishing up their game, they are approached by a man in kind of what looks to be like a black suit. Looking at it, you gather they may be like a security or maybe a representative for the casino, and they seem to speak to one another, but you're having a hard time understanding what they're saying, and they seem to kind of go and follow that man away, and then your attention is pulled back to your body.
Irene kind of stops and goes, sorry, not to interrupt. So they don't seem to be doing anything shady, but there is a guy, sorry, by the way, looking into the other dimension. Yeah, that. They're just look like they're playing games, but there's like they just got taken away by security for something, and I'm not sure what that's about. A man in a suit. Yes. Maybe we should check on that.
Yeah, that definitely seems like something to look into. So I guess we're going to a casino today.
I was here for 5 minutes.
Hey, the likelihood that we're going to get shot at in a casino is fairly low, so long as people mind their manners.
Why are you looking at me?
Looking at all of us. Because I know that each and every one of us has the potential to get a little hot-headed, except maybe you are. You're an angel and you're perfect.
Oh, wait, can I go inside? Is the casino 18 years and older?
Yeah, you probably
right.
actually can't go inside. So here is what I propose.
Okay.
Irene, I think you should take Ari to the park. And Walter and I can go to the casino and look into this.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree that is probably a good idea. I don't really like stiffs, so the park sounds much
Also,
better.
the casino is really loud and crowded and full of a lot of people, which I know you also don't like, so...
All right.
Irene, how is it going about, like, reshaping reality?
Oh, you mean the...
Is it getting easier to control, or is it still pretty hard?
Yeah, that's a good question. Is it still happening?
Storyteller.
Only a willpower roll, difficulty 7.
Oh,
Oh no.
That's
And sorry, confusing because we haven't played in a while. Vampire and mage. I'm rolling my Arate even for willpower.
Nope, you just roll your willpower. So as many dice you have in willpower, that's what
Okay.
you roll.
Got you. I thought I was messing it up.
7. Ooh.
Oof.
What did you say the thing was?
7, difficulty 7.
That is 3.
Ooh.
3 is
Successes.
my lucky number today.
You have been finding that it is a bit easier for you to kind of control the influence around you. You can't get rid of it entirely, but it is not affecting anywhere near as wide an area. But the rest of you can still kind of feel this kind of primal nature coming from just looking at her some of the time. But it is definitely easier. You don't feel that kind of anger anymore.
So, anyone remember one of the Nubia sisters we weren't supposed to let outside because she would, yeah. By the way, I think she may have affected our chantry a bit too much because sometimes I walk in through one door and I end up in a completely different room than I intended.
Oh.
Does that happen to anyone else?
I can always find the gym and the
Yeah,
kitchen. Like the 3 places I need the most: the bathroom, the gym, the kitchen, maybe my bedroom. As long as I can find those 4 places, I'm good.
Yeah, but I swear sometimes it feels like the place is just moving around. This is just me.
Or maybe, the chantry is trying to send you where you're supposed to go as opposed to where you think you want to go.
It's alive. The chantry's alive.
Out of character, Diesel just called out Walter's paradigm.
Oh. Oh. Wow. Well, I guess that works. Well, as long as you get there eventually, I guess that's all that matters.
I guess. So the 2 of us are going into a casino.
Yeah, you and I are gonna go hit up the casino, which means I should probably shower and put on some nicer clothes.
Do you know how to play blackjack? Because I don't. I can only play poker.
I know how to play blackjack. Blackjack's actually fairly easy.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
We don't have any money to gamble with, Walter.
I'm not gonna gamble.
Wait, how poor? Sorry, how
That's a good
I'm
question.
a working actor. How poor do you think we are? Nobody in this bitch has a job.
Yeah, that's.
I have a job, it just doesn't pay.
That's what I was thinking. I was just like, wait a second. I don't think we have any sort of income coming in.
no.
Okay.
Not yet. Diesel has got a basic income for their acting work, but the big payout don't happen until the curtain comes down on that show. So
I have a job, it just doesn't pay out well because, PI shit, PI things.
I guarantee you that the person making the most money in the group is Shay.
Yeah, easily.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Easily. Okay. So I guess if things go wrong, you can call us or something.
Yep. That
We'll
seems
scream
like
for
a-
help eventually.
I mean, everybody screams for help eventually. There is nothing certain in this world except for death.
Sound like
Huh?
a Thanatos.
Oh, wait, what? That thing is certain but death?
And taxes if you have to pay them.
Which you will have to pay.
I
Looks at Aaron.
But I really don't pay taxes.
Because you don't make any money.
But once you will,
That.
okay. If you're gonna be the CEO of this cinema, you will not commit tax fraud. Promise me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean? She's definitely become the first ethical billionaire off of this theater's
Here's
definitely.
okay. Question: did she say I don't know what you're talking? Diesel. Did she say I don't know what you're talking about when I was talking about tax fraud? As in, she doesn't know what it is, or she won't.
I mean, when it comes to
That's
irony, it could very well be both.
Are you gonna commit tax fraud?
No.
God damn it!
Walter, if you want to make sure she doesn't commit tax fraud, maybe you should be the CFO.
The what?
The CFO, the chief financial officer.
I'm a private investigator, not an accountant.
I mean, details are the bread and butter of both jobs. And that's why I'm the chief of operations, the COO.
That makes sense.
I think this is getting a bit away from us.
Wait, what would I be?
You brought this up. This is your fault.
What,
Everything is my. Wait a minute.
What would I be? Well, is there?
You.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I feel like mascot is 100% the move, but
Or founder. You could be the founder. Yeah.
So chief mascot officer, CMO. Okay, I like that. Has a nice ring to it.
chief mascot officer and founder of the best little horror house in Cleveland.
Yay! Yeah, I like it. Okay.
It's killing me, and it's making me so happy. I'm inflicting psychic damage on the DM. This is definitely not going to come back and haunt me.
You do got. Well, never mind. I was going to say what you got coming up, but okay. All right. So, we'll go to the playground. Wow, my friend. Okay, and we'll see you after the casino.
Yeah, unless something goes really, really wrong, and then you might see us at the casino.
Yeah, just make sure Aaron is not biting the other kids. All right.
Right. Well, I unless they pick on me, I don't see that happen.
Also true.
That said, it'll be a good chance for you to meet, some other people as well. Aaron, and maybe make some friends. Do some bonding.
I doubt that very much, but thank you.
I implore you to keep an open mind. All right. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
We'll see you soon. Have fun at the casino.
We will have so much fun with the literal dollar I have in my pocket.
Hey, who knows? Maybe the dice will be on our side.
Sounds like you all have a plan for how you would like to proceed. So are you all splitting up immediately, or was there, I believe, Diesel mentioned wanting to prepare first, or are you all just heading straight out?
I have to take my shower and put on probably the only really nice thing that Diesel has, because if we're going to a casino, they're not going to show up looking like totally like it's probably
That's Walter's job.
yeah, it's probably still a wife beater, but like a blazer over it and some like really nice jeans and like their cleanest sneakers. So
that looks nice.
yeah, it's a very like late 90s, early 2000s vibe happening for sure.
Okay. All right. We will, as you finish up your preparations and you all begin to make your way, our camera is going to focus on Aaron and Ari as they are making their way to one of the smaller local parks nearby. You do see it is a bit later in the afternoon, so there are a few people and parents and things kind of around, taking care of each other and running and enjoying the day. Is there anything you two would like to do?
uh, Ari will just be grabbing on to Iron's hand like a vice grip as they see like everyone around. It's like there's so many people.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Yep. Yeah, there were.
Oh, how do I start?
Oh, I think, let's see, at your age, find someone with a t-shirt on that has something on that you like. What's your favorite TV show?
I don't know. I don't watch much TV.
I've been putting cartoons on in the background for years, and you don't even care. Okay, good to know.
I just like just being there. I think I would just kind of zone out.
Gotcha. Find someone with cool shoes. We'll start there, and then tell them they have cool shoes.
Like light up shoes.
Yeah, maybe somebody has light up shoes.
Okay. I will get this shot. Yeah. Wish me luck.
Oh, 100%. I'm gonna go sit over there on that bench that is far away from the Karens over there on that bench. And if you need me, just like wave.
Okay. Should I avoid Karens?
At all costs.
Oh, okay. All right. I love you. And you see that they're like really nervous, like their body starts to tighten as they like look towards the group for like the first time, and they just kind of like look around. Okay. One step forward. Okay. I could do this. And who do they see around?
So you look around, you see there's a small group of children, three of them. One of them is a young boy with darker skin who is wearing a kind of a light blue t-shirt with a human, looks like a human, maybe a cartoon character, you aren't sure, holding what looks to be like a sword in their hand, kind of pointing it forward. Next to him is it looks to be like a younger girl, maybe 8 or 9, who seems to be kind of behind him with kind of twin pigtails going down the back of her head, and a pink shirt with what looks to be like kind of cartoon characters with like larger heads than normal. There's 3 of them, three little girls, kind of who looks to be like they're flying off somewhere, but you aren't entirely sure what it's supposed to be. And then there's a third one who seems to be kind of hanging behind the other 2. It looks to be like a little shyer, and they seem to be wearing a shirt with people who are playing some sort of maybe a card game, you aren't sure, and they seem to be talking with themselves.
They look at the 3 and then they kind of look towards the one that's like shy in the back, and I think game recognized game of like, okay, we're kind of like on the same vibe, so maybe see if I can talk to her. So you see them like kind of like look down on the ground and then take one step and then another step, and then they're scratching against their cheek as they kind of approach the girl, and it's like, hi.
I'm the ST and I can do this. Aki, would you like to take care of this character for me?
Who?
Aki?
Oh, me? Yeah, sure. Oh, hi.
Oh, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just playing with my cards.
What how do you play?
Oh, You never seen a Pokemon card before?
What's that?
Oh, let me tell you everything.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. And he looked towards Iron and it just like thumbs up. Like, okay. Can you tell me about what's called Pokemon?
Yeah, these are like super old cards that like belong to my dad, and like he doesn't use them anymore, but he said I could play with them as long as it didn't get them dirty. So like they have like these plastic protectors on them, but they're like really old because my parents are really old. They're like in their late 30s, like, super old.
That's old. Oh, okay. Wait, why do you have plastic on the cards? Why would you do that?
Because they're old, so like they're special, and so they don't get damaged. That's what my dad tells me. But that doesn't matter. Look at this one, and they hold up a card that has like this little turtle on it, and the turtle has like a little twig that comes out of the top of its head and two little leaves. And it's like green and it's super cute. It's like, this one is my favorite.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's one of the starters. So like there are a bunch of different generation of Pokemon, and like there are different starters for each set, and like there are like 1,000 of them. It's like so many, and I have them all memorized from one to the last. And they start reciting all of the Pokemon names, and then like anytime they see the card in their deck, they like pull it out and show Ari, and like they kind of like point out how each card, like it's basically, you know, like for anybody who has never seen the Pokemon card trading game, it is basically magic for kids. You know, so like,
can you show me how to play? I would love to try and play.
Absolutely. Why don't I call over my friends and we can like do like a lot of people together playing? Like, you want to meet my friends?
Sure. Wait, what's your name?
My name? Oh, my name's Tino.
Tino.
Mm-hmm. What's yours?
I'm Ari.
I've never seen you around, Ari, but it's really nice to really nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you too.
You have really nice hair. Anybody ever told you have really cool hair?
Thank you. My big sister, and they'll point to Iris, says they spend a lot of time trying to get it right. So it's a lot of work.
Pretty.
She's awesome.
She looks like an angel.
Wait. See, how much has anything been told about like stuff keeping a secret? Okay, just making sure. So he was just like, yeah, she kind of looks like one.
Then Tina will call over to the girl in pigtails and the boy and like bring them over and introduce them to Ari too.
They both rush over, and the younger girl with the pigtails kind of steps forward. And to put someone else on the spot, May, would you like to play this person?
Tino, we were in the middle of like a very, very intellectual jump rope conversation. But how may we help you?
I was showing my new friend all of my Pokemon cards, and they want to learn how to play. And I thought it would be like helpful if maybe we did it in teams so that they don't have to learn by themselves.
Oh, a Pokemon tournament? You didn't say you should have started with that. That's the selling point. We can go. We'll get that. Hi.
Hi, what's an intellectual jump rope conversation?
One thing at a time. We gotta teach you how to play a card game first, and then we will get into the specifics of the jump rope and hopscotch revolution of 2020.
I've
It
been
was a
missing
big
so
deal in
much.
this playground.
I can see I've been missing out so much. There was nothing about a jump rope revolution in any of the books that I've studied. It's just fascinating.
Well, see, what happened was is there's this kid named Bobby who came here and he like stole all the chalk and all the jump ropes, and we all had to kind of like get together and then like steal them back from his garage. We'll tell you another time. It's like a whole big thing, but like the card game is definitely like this is an important thing. Before we cross into jump rope hopscotch territory, we gotta get
There's so
this
much.
out.
There's so much to learn. Okay, I'm ready. But I don't have any cards.
You can use mine. I have so many.
Oh, thank you. What I should give you?
And like they
something?
legit just like pull out like one of those like card filing like it's like this thick, and it's like definitely collector, and Dad would probably freak out if he found out his collection was at the park, and Mom probably doesn't care, and that's why but just like dunks it on the table, just like the dust rises from it. It's just like just pull any cards you want. It's like it's obvious this kid doesn't actually know how to play Pokemon cards. They probably make it up as they go the whole time.
Okay.
One of those.
Okay. Wow, there's so many to choose from. Okay, how much where do we start? How many do I start with?
10.
Okay.
Really not 10, y'all.
No, not 10. You get a full start.
But I think they end up playing some really random version of like Go Fish or like something ridiculous like that.
Oh, and what about the boy? What is the boy?
As you all are playing your card game, the young boy doesn't seem to say anything. He just kind of watches for a while. And just as you are about to finish, he kind of bolts up suddenly and he looks over towards the kind of large bushes about 15 or 20 feet away. And Ari, as you turn and kind of follow where he's looking, you see just for a moment this long set of hair and this kind of older woman who just looks at you for just a moment before disappearing into the bushes. And the boy looks at you and he goes, we have to go play. We have to go play adventure. You gonna come?
Go.
What adventure are we gonna go and do?
Yeah, which one? Lots of adventures.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go be knights.
Have you ever been a knight before, Ari?
No, I just read about it. I didn't think I could be one because they are a long time ago.
Well, anyone can be a knight.
Oh,
You gotta use your imagination.
okay. I want to try. How does it work?
You just pretend you're the thing and then you do it.
You need
Uh-oh.
to get a sword and shield and armor. We got stuff lying around somewhere, and you just like put it on yourself.
And like she kind of points over to what looks like a couple of like storage bin lids with like little wraps around them. She goes,
That's a chest piece, and then you want to make sure you take the sword, and you want to really try to only hit where the lid armor is, and not anywhere else, because when you do, moms get really mad and start thinking about losing eyes and stuff, and it's just really annoying. So just stick to hitting the armor.
Okay, so it can be dangerous if you don't hit the okay. It sounds okay. I guess. Where do we start? Are we like a kingdom? Are we like King Arthur and the Knights of Justice?
Yeah, come over here. We have to play where there's more space.
Okay.
I feel like Irene is sitting on the side, by the way, watching these kids huddled up, and she's taking pictures with her cell phone and sending them to Diesel and going, I'm not sure if this is normal or if Ari has joined a cult.
Aaron, as you look over at Ari, you see he's talking to two little girls, and they all seem to be looking at another person, but there's no third person with them.
I'm gonna adult for a minute. What can I use? Correspondence or life or like what can I use with my spheres to like do any kind of like scry the soul on them type thing?
You could, if you actually with your abilities, with a combination of life and prime, you could check their auras if you like.
I would like to. I would like to see if there is a third aura there that should not be there.
Sure. Roll. But how do you do it?
She's on like hyper alert mode, so like you almost don't even really like notice. Like there's not really too much that obviousness about it. You just kind of see her eyes like narrow. She like does almost like the mom squint to figure out what that is.
In the meantime, she receives a text from Diesel, goes, nope, totally normal. I mean, if anybody can be accused of having joined a cult, don't you think that's all of us? And
All right, roll it for me, Aaron. Difficulty 4.
Points are valid. What's my difficulty?
4.
It's 2 successes.
As you look at them, first you see that Ari's aura isn't very plain to see, which you do know there was the item he was given, they were given, excuse me. And as you look at the children, their auras seem normal, both of the little girls, but you see that there's a sense of anticipation you get from looking at them that you're kind of having a hard time placing. And then you see the three of them stand up, and along with Ari, they both rush off into the bushes.
Irene will follow, and she will look at Diesel's message and just kind of go, and put it back in her pocket and keep walking. Go, I guess that's valid. That's very valid.
And you watch as they kind of rush off, laughing as children do, and you see them push through the bushes that immediately kind of close behind them. And as you go to push through to follow, you step out and you see that you are standing on the edge of a curb. The kind of road and the traffic are moving in front of you, but the children aren't there in front of you.
Yeah, slap. She's gonna try and use correspondence.
That's so
Ari, where are you?
As you begin to prepare to search, you realize you can't feel the connection to Ari, that kind of ever-present feeling binding the two of them together. You don't feel it.
Oh, please let this be what I think it is. Please let this be what I think it is. Please let me
As you say that, our focus shifts and we follow as 4 children are running through. As you all step through the bushes, that you find yourself standing at the base of what looks to be like a massive lake. And as you're running, you see the fields around you change into a massive forest, and birds and things begin to fly above you. And as you see that happen, your friends, Ari, begin to change. You see metal begin to coat their arms, and as you're looking, you see what looks to be what you would guess to be regular suits of armor from your storybooks. And as they look at each other, you begin to see more and more people appear, and you find both of your friends, the 2 young girls, are leading armies about to go to conflict with each other.
wow, you used your imagination real good.
Okay, so just to clarify real quick, are the girls are leading an army against another army? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Are the girls the same size as they were before, or did they magically grow to like 5'10" and become like Wonder Woman?
No, they're about the same size.
You see my character go running by, going, "This is so much better than Tupperware lids."
My visualization has never worked this well. Wow, it's so real. Charge.
So Ari just assumes that this is part of the ordeal. It's like, okay, we're charging ahead. I follow you to battle as knights of justice. And and then they're gonna follow suit.
And as you all get ready to charge, you see what you guess to be the young boy. You see there's a helmet covering his face, but you see him take the same pose that was on the shirt before he begins to rush forward. And Ari, you see almost in slow motion as these two, for you would be normal size armies begin to clash. You see the face of your grandmother on the other side, just standing and watching you. What do you do?
In the opposite army?
No, they are clashing, and you see kind of across if you imagined it as a road, she's across from the conflict.
The battle.
They look at them with unique, like they turn their hair to the side, one eyebrow raised, but they are now trying to figure out if this is like before or if this is still somehow make believe and they did not get the memo that magic could be used. So they're going to continue, because they still have like just a stick in their hand, right? They don't have a sword or anything. They just have like a metal piece, a chest area, a piece like a tin can on top of their head, and a stick for a sword. So they're going to, at least in the meantime, try to fight through the army until they make their way over to where their grandma is.
Okay. And as you attempt to move, our young generals begin to battle. What does that look like?
Absolute bloody mayhem. Yeah.
So
I think to a certain degree it's still very much like child appropriate, and there is no actual like blood and guts and gore or anything like that, but like they kick some ass. I think they kick some ass between the three of them. It's like,
and as these two armies begin to compete, the battle quickly kind of becomes a intense stalemate. And you see, Ari, as you get to about where your grandmother is standing, your new friends are facing off against the young boy, who seems to be an even match for the two of them. And your grandmother looks at you and she goes, "I did not expect to see you again so soon. How are you?"
I'm doing fine. I'm meeting. I think I have friends.
Well, so you've always had friends, but I assume you are referring to the young girls here.
Oh yeah, cause like Diesel and Walter, they're like family. But like Fritz, like I think you say like Fritz, my age. It's different. Wait, is this like last time, or is this still make believe?
Whatever do you mean?
You know, like when you were showing me like the lesson of like hard work. Yeah, I've been trying really hard. I've been working really hard for hard work. I even got hired a position as a CEO for our movie theater. So I took your words to heart, and I tried my best to do hard work.
Well, you have done a good job. It is good to be working. It is something that I don't get to see too often, but I suppose you could say there is a lesson in what is happening before you. What do you think it is?
And Ari's going to take a look at the armies before them and the excitement on their friend's face as they battle in stalemates. It says, I don't know, maybe balance? Because this does feel good. I kind of like this. But
Perhaps.
I don't know.
Perhaps balance is important in all things, but that is not the particular lesson for today.
Courage?
I suppose you could say that. They are very courageous. What if I told you this battle happened a very long time ago?
It did?
Mm-hmm.
It,
Of course.
oh, what? Well, how did it end?
Now that's the important part, isn't it? Sure, in your books you may have heard of it, or I believe what she went by at that time. Perhaps, well, I won't bore you with the details. I imagine you will read about her soon enough. If you're that age, I forget exactly how normal people are teaching history. But they played a role that is, I suppose, yours now. This original battle was to determine who would be king of a foreign land, and it appears your friends are at a stalemate with their opponent. There was a woman at that time, the kingmaker they called her, and she stepped from the lake with a very powerful item and bestowed it upon her champion. And then she says that, you see, there is a very shiny and ornate sword that kind of appears in front of her. Will you do what she did?
I can try. So the sword itself is sticking out of the stone, I'm presuming. Is that correct?
Just floating in front of her.
Now, see, I am not familiar. Is there a role I can use to, to help me, like, kind of God? What's like the best case scenario for this? Because right now, like, usually this is like where you pull the sword from the stone, but I don't think that's maybe the case because it's literally flying in front of them. So,
In this case, Ari also does not know what's going on, so I will say you do not get to roll for it.
Okay. So the sword is in front of them. So they'll attempt to take the sword. Can they grab it?
As you reach for it, the sword does stop floating, and as you grab for it, it feels heavy. And as you're kind of holding it, the weight, you realize, doesn't feel physical to you. It's almost more of a mental tired as you're carrying it, and you feel, it only feels that they are carrying the weight, the impact of what has to be hundreds of lives at once. She looks at you and she says, "Are you sure you can handle it?"
Mm-hmm. I, yes, I can.
And do you know what you will do with it?
Well, if it feels this heavy, I will shoulder it, but then also ask for help. So therefore, if it's too heavy, I could always reach out for others. But I will shoulder it best I can.
Of course. Now, what will you do about the fight that is happening in front of you? Your friends seem to be at an impasse.
Yes, I will stop. What should I do? Oh, okay, here I go. And then they just start running down the hill, put their little feet going. It says, "Look, I have the sword. I am a king, I guess. Okay, will unite everyone."
King Arthur has come from the mist to help shape our nations.
Yay! Okay, I can feel it, but just like there's King Arthur, there is also the Knights of Justice. And together, we will bring justice and peace and safety for all of whatever the name of King Arthur's kingdom was. I forgot.
Yeah, that. Destroy the non-believers.
I was like, I literally just watched like a Merlin show like last week, and it just went out my head.
Camelot.
Yes, thank you.
And as you make your decision, you see the world around you slowly beginning to fade. The faceless soldiers are slowly disappearing. And as that is happening, you see your grandmother, who the rest of you are unable to see. And she steps to you and she goes, "You are always a surprise to me, much more than your earlier incarnations.
Really?
The path you have chosen will be difficult, but it is a path. Unfortunately, there is not much more time for me to speak with you. I gave a similar message to your sister a little while ago, though she was a bit more stubborn in understanding it. Your decisions from this point forward will potentially affect the lives of hundreds or thousands of people, much like it has, or potentially affected your friends here. Good luck." There's a phrase or saying that I've heard in your time period recently. I believe it is, "Heavy is the head that wears the crown," my friend. And as she says that, the world fades around you, and you see Aaron standing in front of you.
It's the coolest adventure.
Wait, are the two friends still around as well? Or
They are?
Oh, yes! Okay, so that was so cool. I saw Grandma.
You were fighting in it.
With you?
Yes.
Actual battle.
Now I've endangered more children. This is why we don't go to parks. Okay.
We like killed a bunch of other knights and fought a battle and then they became King Arthur.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Long live the king.
You were fighting knights and okay. Ari, we're gonna talk about this more later. Now that you and your friends are safe, please just stay where I can see you.
Oh, okay. Don't worry. Sorry about that. Would
All
you?
right, okay, okay. All right. Nervous breakdown avoided. Okay.
And they'll go ahead and give you a big hug. Like, they said, they were talking to you too. They talked to you before too,
Who?
Grandma.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I figured that was probably where you had went, considering I didn't think you were going to run out into the middle of traffic. I know you're smarter than that. But yeah, we should talk about what happened, especially when we get back together with the others.
Can we still
Yes.
play?
Excuse me.
Yeah,
You're very
yes.
pretty.
Thank you, small child.
I'm Tino.
You, Tino, are also a very cute child.
Thanks. Mom says I look like Dad. I don't know if that's a good thing.
It's usually not, but no, you're adorable. That's fine, and yeah, I'll just leave you guys to do that thing that you were doing over there, starting a club. Was it?
Knights of
Is that what I saw?
Justice. We're the Knights of Justice. We're going to bring peace to all of Camelot.
All right, just no like chanty mantras or anything. Just keep it base level.
Oh,
You should be good.
I didn't do it before, but I make sure I won't do it now.
Yeah, and then she kind of leans down and looks at Ari, and with her mind says, "We don't need anything exploding on accident."
Ari's like, "Oh yes, I thought they were mages too," and I was like, "Oh, I can show them," and then I realized I don't think they're mages.
Irene kind of pauses for a minute, and she, like, you see the terror flash through her eyes at the thought that, oh my god, what if they are? Because they're so young.
He said,
All children are full of magic until they're not.
I'm gonna go sit back on the bench and check in with Diesel and Walter. Again, holler if you need me.
Okay.
Stay in my sight.
Okay, I promise I will. I love you.
Love you too.
And they go look towards Tino. And what was May's character again? The kid's name again?
She didn't say your name, but I feel like she's like a Stacy. That's Stacy.
Tino is Stacy. Like, okay, all right. So I'm King Arthur. Who would you all like to be?
I want to be Lancelot.
Okay, that's a lot.
I'll be Lady Guinevere, full of grace and fury.
Okay, wait. Didn't they date? Didn't they like fall in love in the book?
Oh, I don't know for sure, but I think actually it's like a weird love triangle, but that's gross.
Yeah, that's gross. I do. Okay, we'll just worry. We'll just worry about killing all the monsters. I was like, I don't want to do the love triangle thing.
Love is gross.
It's weird. It's weird. Like I have a friend named Diesel. They talk about a date, and I was like, I try to follow, but I get confused.
Sometimes I see my mom and my dad kissing it.
Right? Okay, it's not just me. I thought it was just me, but I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to make anyone feel bad. But inside my stomach was turning around in the full 360.
It's gross. Why would anybody want to put their mouth on somebody else's mouth?
Why? I don't get it. I'm glad I'm not the only one who feels that way. I thought it was just me.
No. All that stuff is gross.
Okay. Yay! Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and fight the monsters.
Yeah.
All right, and yeah, like I said, I guess they'll continue with that road.
I just want to play these characters forever.
Yeah, I definitely can. I'm trying so hard to rein it back because I can literally go the entire session with these characters.
Next campaign, all child mages.
That would actually be freaking out.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
And as Aaron is slowly making her way away from them, you realize that the sense of anticipation you were feeling before has abated. And with that, as our camera is fading on our young group of adventurers, I think that will be a great time for us to take a break. With that, our camera is going to focus in on a pair of people as they step foot into the loud and bright lights of the downtown casino, and we see both Diesel and Walter look around for a moment. What would you like to do?
Would they be making small talk?
I mean, I feel like Diesel and Walter are not particularly chatty with each other outside of like being in the group.
Okay.
But I think for Diesel, it's like, I think Diesel doesn't not talk to Walter out of any sort of like awkwardness. Like they're just super chill. Like they're just driving their car. It's like they don't feel any pressure to talk.
I think Walter would like, considering all the stuff that's happened, is like, so how have you been anyway?
I mean, just a lot of rehearsal and getting ready for this audition and making sure that, you know, everybody in our group is doing all right.
Yeah, that's gonna be, yeah.
I mean, you seem... So I know you've been super stressed lately. That's... Doesn't seem like you're actually talking to anybody about it.
How should I put this? Yeah, my girlfriend left me. Two of my friends are probably tainted by some sort of Cthulhian thing. And I am stuck in the middle of something I can't even begin to comprehend. And now there is this rehearsal also. So that's, yeah. Oh, and the two of my friends are in some mage evil casino.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm doing great.
So, I'm not saying this to sound glib or condescending, but because, you know, we're partners in this group, you know, colleagues, friends, and you know, I mean, our problems are for the most part supernatural and not really connected with this world, and so it's super difficult for us to relate to the people who are sleeping. And maybe we need to find you like some sort of magical therapist. It seems to me like you need to talk to a professional, and like, I don't know. It's like I just want to make sure you feel supported. And
So if I have to talk to Angela,
I mean, it doesn't have to be Angela. It could be whoever makes you feel comfortable. It's like, that's the thing. It's like therapy is really great because you have the opportunity to like find the people who are gonna, you know, work for you. You don't have to stick with somebody you don't like.
you know, I figured I would be smarter about this kind of stuff by now. Nah.
You want to know what, like, after I had to go to a lot of therapy after leaving my parents and kind of striking out on my own, and it's kind of a weird connection to my past, but also disconnection from my past. Like, being a part of the Celestial Chorus is actually kind of complicated for me. And it took me a really long time to sort of reconcile that.
I can see that. Honestly, I haven't seen my parents since before I went to college. And I haven't been in college for like 2 years.
I don't think I don't think there's usually a lot of conversations happening around how all of this stuff kind of affects us. Like,
I mean, you seem to be handling it all right, ish. Everything all right?
I'm an actor. I know how to put on a brave face.
Are
But
you
no.
all right though? I know last time has been a lot. You know, the thing in the house and then the oogly boogly inky thing.
I mean, I feel a lot of the same way that you do. There's a lot going on, a lot of things that I don't really understand, and figuring out my place in all of that and how I can best help our group.
Did I tell you that one time I probably saw the gates of heaven?
No, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, that was when I got upset at Aaron and Ari for doing things without telling us that they're doing things. When we're looking at the rings, we're supposed to be not finding, I hope. But yeah, I think I saw the gates of heaven.
That's pretty fucking intense.
And then I saw the mouth of hell itself 2 weeks ago. What are we doing?
I mean, I think we're helping a couple of kids find their way home.
I mean, yeah, but what are we doing?
Protecting them the best we can.
I guess.
Listen, Walter, I get wanting to feel a sense of control over everything that's going on around you. I grew up in a house where control was almost used like a weapon. You know, when you grow up in a super religious household and a lot of it is for show, it's all about image and presenting in a specific way, and keeping control of that image is the most important thing. And usually that need for control just kind of ends up breaking everything. So I don't want you to break yourself on this.
Thanks for telling me, Diesel. Honestly. Put things into perspective.
I mean, I considered when I was going through the different things that I could do with my life, I considered going to school for psychology and maybe getting my PhD and going into therapy. And
who knows, maybe we would have ended up in the same class. I went to school for journalism.
Maybe we would have. I decided that was a little bit too close to what my parents did for comfort, and became an actor, which isn't much better than a televangelist.
Your parents were televangelists?
Yes, they were.
I am so
very
sorry.
Popular televangelists.
I am so sorry.
Does it explain a few things a little bit better to you?
Yeah. Again, thanks for telling me. I appreciate the small gesture of trust.
I mean, dude,
goes a long way.
I am so sorry.
We are in a ridiculous situation that we barely have a handle on, and we're if I can't trust the people that are part of my crew, then we have a much bigger issue than people trying to kidnap our friends.
That is true.
I hope they're having a good time.
I didn't Erin send you a message that she's worried that Ari might be joining a call?
I don't know if that's happened yet, time-wise. I don't know where we are in the timeline right now.
We'll say that happened. It happens right about now.
Oh,
Fucking psychic, are you okay? Wow. Okay.
I mean, I can see the future sometimes.
Yeah, it's true. Apparently, Ari has wandered through some bushes and disappeared. Irene isn't freaking out completely yet and demanding that we immediately make our way over to the park.
Is it the thing?
I don't know.
You know the thing.
I'll ask her if it's the thing.
But you didn't experience the thing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. I don't know if this happened the same way to them too, but sometimes, or it happened once, I had a dream that kind of changed how I see the world around me. Last time it happened, I had bruises on my everywhere. So I hope it's not the same for them, but it's kind of a thing that happens sometimes that makes you more magey, I guess. Look, I'm not good at this.
Is that why suddenly Irene had the ability to warp reality?
Oh, the going medieval by accident. Yeah, that was probably it.
Interesting.
Yeah, because if you remember Nuvia's her other sister, you know, the one that we were supposed to let outside, she did something similar.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure that our place still hasn't recovered. I swear the rooms move around. No one believes me.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually experienced anything like that before. Who knows?
Sure, it will go okay.
I hope so. I know I'm not around as much as all of you, and so I don't have as much practice, but it would be nice to see what happens if my magic changes and grows.
It really depends on what you do. I mean, my magic is pretty subtle, unlike Aaron or Ari. I don't really do anything that flashy. I mean,
well, my magic is all based on sound, so it draws attention. It's pretty vulgar, which I know would make my parents curl up and keel over.
I see what you're doing there.
All right, let me show you how blackjack works, and we'll keep an eye on the floor and see if we can figure out where exactly they might have taken our friends.
That sounds like a good idea.
And do you want a drink?
Oh, I could use a stiff one, yeah.
All right, let's go to the bar too.
So you all are finding beverages and beginning your game of cards. Are any of you doing any? Are any of you influencing the game in any way?
I think Walter knows better, considering he described this place as magey, evil-y, casino-y.
I think more than trying to influence the game, Diesel is much more interested in kind of canvassing the place and seeing if they can determine any hidden doors or like entrances that are not like immediately visible to the eye, where their friends might have been taken. If this place is a hotbed for mages, then it seems to me like they might have like a few undisclosed exits and entrances.
Okay. And as you all begin to play, can I have you make me a perception and alertness roll, Diesel, difficulty 6.
All right, alertness And perception. You say perception, alertness. Where's my alertness? Oh, right. Great. Wonderful. And the difficulty is 6. Cool. I got 1 success. Oh, wait. Actually, maybe I didn't. No, I got 0 successes because I got a 1. So no successes.
Okay. I'm looking around. You get through the first few hands, and you just don't really see anything, different. It all kind of seems the same to you. Like, so, it's very loud, it's very bright. There's people walking around, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. Kind of hitting a dead end, having not really seen anything out of the ordinary. They kind of like roll their shoulders back and shift in their chair and kind of like take a slightly cooler stance and sort of lean over to Walter and go, so there's this girl I've been seeing, and she is really smoking hot. And they start describing Shay, and they're like, and she's super bubbly, personality, really likes social media, and she's kind of an icon, and I'm really into her. But we went on this date the other day, and she mentioned that she was really interested in visiting this casino at some point. And like they're basically sort of talking about Shay in front of the dealer, and just loud enough that like the description of her might draw a little bit of attention. So they are basically purposely stirring up shit a little bit to hopefully get the right type of attention. And yeah, they're turning away from their mental skills and going a little bit more social direction, which is their strength. So
okay, roll me either charisma or manipulation and expression or subterfuge.
there we go. That's a roll that is good for me. Oh, that's a roll that's great for me.
Difficulty 6.
All right, hold on. This is like one of my biggest rolls. So this actually is one of my biggest rolls. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh wow, that was very spinny die. 3 successes.
Hey, as you begin to kind of very easily just kind of have this conversation, 2 things happen. The dealer, who was kind of not so much as listening, but kind of playing the role of host and is kind of making sure the game is going fine. You see him kind of freeze for a fraction of a second before kind of continuing, and you aren't sure completely, but you do see there is one of the kind of earpieces kind of just hanging out the ear, and you think just for a moment there may have been some sort of message sent to someone. And when that happens, Diesel, you begin to hear the faintest traces of a song cutting through all the other noises. This kind of soft and melodic kind of tune that seems to be almost intoxicating to hear.
Diesel sort of looks around, like trying to figure out what direction the music is coming from. Do you hear that?
Sounds like you don't hear anything. I mean, well, you hear plenty. There's machines talking, conversations, food orders. There's very little that you aren't hearing. So we'll say.
Walter's like, can you be more specific?
Really strange music.
No. No.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna go check it out. Do you understand the game now?
Yeah, I get.
All right. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere.
And Diesel will stand up and kind of start trying to figure out where the music is coming from.
And you are able to quickly realize it looks like it's coming from behind a cordoned off area, maybe like a back room or like a VIP area, maybe. Roll me your willpower, difficulty 6.
Okay.
Oh, you willpower rolling.
Gotcha. That's 3 successes.
Okay, the music becomes higher pitched and a bit louder, and you feel it pulling you closer, but you're able to kind of stay in control. And you do see that it does appear to be a section that is separated from the kind of main area. What would you like to do?
Does it look like anybody's like guarding it or keeping an eye on it?
There is you see a person in kind of a white shirt, black vest. That's what that, yeah, vest. Is kind of standing off to the side of it. He doesn't seem to be actively guarding it, more kind of just watching.
Diesel kind of, adjusts their posture again and like kind of gives off sort of this air of confidence, like super like I belong here, and kind of walks forward with purpose and just kind of like just heads straight for the VIP section without pausing, like very much like I belong here, I'm obviously VIP, nobody's gonna stop me. Like if you act like you belong, then they're probably not going to like keep you from going into space, like that kind of thing. So
okay, give me a charisma and expression roll, difficulty 7.
okay. Okay. 3 successes.
3 successes. All right. As you approach, you see the guy. He kind of looks up at you, and he is clearly confused. He visibly kind of doesn't recognize you, but he is also not sure if. You get the feeling that maybe he is someone who doesn't completely pay attention to all the meetings, so he kind of hesitates, and he doesn't stop you, but he does give you a bit of a kind of a, I'm not sure if you're supposed to be here or not look, but I'm not also willing to say anything about it. Do you keep going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make it till you make it.
All right. And as you head back, you find as you're getting further down this hallway, the sounds of the casino proper begin to fade away, and this melodic music begins to intensify. And you find yourself going down a hallway wherein the lights begin to kind of become a little dimmer, and you see there's rooms on each side of you, and then you see there's one door directly in front of you where the music seems to be coming from.
Yeah, I mean, Diesel kind of like sends a quick text to Walter, letting him know that like they'll be back soon. They've found something interesting. Keep looking for Shay and Galewind. And then yeah, they're gonna step into the room.
As you go to step into this room, the door opens and it seems to be very dark on the other side. But as you step forward and you hear that door close behind you, you look back and you don't see the door. And as you kind of look around you, you realize you're standing on a white sandy beach. As you look around, you see the water begin to kind of become tumultuous and churn as if a storm is brewing. And you see off in the distance on a stone rock is a figure who seems to be looking in your direction, but as you stare at them, their features are kind of hidden by the shadows of the sun, and you can't tell what they look like completely. You can see that they are slender and it's kind of slim of build with long hair, but you can't see any of their other features. And you can hear the song beginning to intensify, and you feel this urge to get closer to them, and you'd have to walk through the water to do so. What do you want to do?
Um, I think that Diesel will begin to walk into the water, and as they get deeper, they kind of like begin to sing back to the person out on the water, and they try to use their voice to sort of manipulate the water to kind of move and clear in front of them so that they can like make their way to her or them. Like, so yeah, they try to use basically sound waves to move the water out of their way.
And as you begin, you attempt to command the elements to tap into the power gifted to you, and you realize for the first time it doesn't respond to you, and you feel a hint of fear. And you get to about the point where the water's up to your knees, and you can see it as this water begins to churn and pick up. Do you continue, or do you turn back?
I think Diesel has like a slight moment of confusion, and then they think about their conversation with Walter and the circumstances that they found themselves in, and they kind of like look behind them at the beach and then ahead of them, and sort of kind of mutter under themselves. I was like, well, we took swimming lessons for a reason. Let's see how well they worked. And they'll keep going.
And as you push forward, the water is growing as waves begin to push it back and forth against you. And you feel that the water is threatening to pull you under. Can I have you roll your dexterity and an athletics roll for me, please?
Okay, cool. What's the difficulty?
8.
I'm going to spend a willpower to get an automatic success, I think. Here we go. Thank God I did, because I did not roll any successes on the die.
As you attempt to push forward, you step forward and one of the waves takes you from behind, and you push forward and you get a mouthful of water, and for a moment you get that feeling of not being able to breathe before you're pulled up out of the water. You gasp for air, and you see you are a bit closer to this figure, and the song is picking up speed, and it's almost as if you can feel a kind of a crescendo of emotion, of hesitation, of doubt, of fear. You feel as if you may need to turn back. You may not be able to make it. Do you turn back or continue?
Would not have gotten to where I am if I just gave up every time something got a little bit difficult. And I worked too hard to get where I am now, to turn back. And if that's the direction the power is, that's the direction I'm going. So yeah, Diesel keeps pushing forward.
And as you continue pushing forward, your face falls beneath the water, and this time all you can see is darkness. The desire to breathe almost seems to fade away, and just as your vision begins to turn black, you reach out and you feel the stone in front of you, and you command the last bit of willpower, strength you have in you, and begin to pull yourself up. And as you do so, the song stops, and you look up and you see this figure, this person, and as you attempt to kind of get a clear look at them, it's almost as if their appearance is fading or constantly shifting, and it's enough to get you confused for a moment as you're forced to kind of look away, and you hear a voice melded with many others speak to you. things are only going to become more difficult for you, Diesel. We can never offer you peace, but the one has a way of doing things that may benefit you. But you have to keep pushing forward, or the waters will drown you forever. Good luck. And as they say that, you see a large wave crescend up over the horizon behind this person, and you realize it's about to crash down. And as you attempt to pull away, you realize you're stuck in place. And as you look at the water, it's almost as if you begin to see the essence, the kind of connection between the water and the air around you. And you realize there's nothing to fear from the elements, from any of the one's creations. And as you begin to process what that means, the water crashes around you, your vision fades to black, and as you open, you find yourself laying on what looks to be the carpeted floor, maybe a storeroom. The ground immediately around you seems to be soaking wet, but you seem to be dry. And as you look around, trying to fully understand exactly what happened, the door opens and you see the outline of a man in a black suit. And he looks at you and he says, "Well, I suppose you're one of them. I think now is a good time for us to end our story for the evening."
Just so that I can confirm, does that mean I passed? Did I pass? Yay!
Yep.
Go ahead and take that third dot in my RHA and then slowly freak out.
I had no idea this was coming when I started talking. I had no idea this was gonna come up when Walter started talking.
Okay. Yeah.
It was well timed. Well timed.
Yep. Perfect timing. Oh wow, what a session. Well, we'll start off season 2 very strongly, that's for sure. So thank you all so much for coming by again. We always appreciate the love and support. If you like what you see here, definitely feel free to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below telling us about the campaign, your characters, the lore. Think about what's actually happening at the moment and how much trouble is Diesel in right now. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and film our after show, which of course you can check us out on our Patreon to be able to see that. And until then, until our next episode, farewell for now.